and welcome to a very unscientific comparison to two lenses I own, the Tokina 16 to 28 f2.8 and the Canon 15 to 35 RF. So before I really get into everything, I'm going to talk about a couple of things real quick. The Tokina is about $700. The Canon is $2,300, and after you add tax in, you're spending close to $2,500. So quite a big price difference between them. And so what I'm going to try to find out today, like, does it really matter? If all you need to do is take good pictures, is the Tokina going to be good enough? And what I'm going to do, we're going to head over to my daughter's room right now, and we're going to snap off a few pictures and see if we can see any difference.
Alright, so I'm in my daughter's room. The Tokina is set up first. I'm going to try my best not to move the tripod or anything like that. Let's get a wider shot here. So, alright, so the shot's all set up. Basically all I'm doing is I'm picking a far area, and then I'm going to try to get this to focus to infinity. So let's take the picture. That was on a 2-second timer just to make sure everything's fair. And then typically what I would do is just go like that and just leave it like that, and that's how I would typically finish out a shoot if I'm doing real estate. Alright, so let's get the Canon set up here and we'll see if there's any difference. Okay, alright. So we're back here, we got the Canon 15 to 35 set up on the Canon RP. The tripod's all in the same spot. The only thing is the camera might not be centered exactly the way it was before, but like I said at the start, it's going to be very unscientific. But one thing I want to kind of show real quick that I think is pretty cool. So I'm getting everything set up here. Zoom in a little bit. And I'm filming this on the Tokina. You can probably hear how loud it is to focus, but if you go up here, you have this. This is the control ring. If you can see, I'm controlling the ISO, which I think is pretty cool. I don't use it a whole lot, but it is nice that it's there. So I have ISO, shutter, and then aperture. So that's pretty cool that you don't have to go into anything. You don't really have to touch the screen if you don't want to. So that's a nice little feature of that RF lens there. So let's get the shutter speed down. That's where we had it before. We're going to focus over here. Okay. And the one thing I'm not doing with this one is it's got image stabilization, so I don't have a 2-second timer like I did with the Tokina. So let's go ahead and take the picture.
Alright, and before we get into looking at the pictures on the computer real quick, I wanted to just kind of talk about the lenses themselves and their build and things like that. So the Tokina, it feels a lot heavier. It does have a premium feel to it, not near as premium as the Canon here, but this is how you got to pull that down to manual focus, which that's kind of weird. It's got a bulbous front element, so you're not going to be able to get the screw-on filter. So, and the hood doesn't come off. So I kind of think that's a little bit of a negative. The zoom is backwards, which I guess doesn't matter, but it's backwards. So that's about it. It feels quality, it feels heavy. So yeah, it does feel like if I would not want to drop this lens because I feel like it would break, but because it's just so heavy. But other than that, I mean, it does feel good. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, now talking about the 15 to 35 RF, this lens, external zoom, not that big a deal, but it's got a flat element so you can get the screw-on filters. It's image stabilized. It feels really high quality. It looks high quality. It definitely feels like a premium product. The one thing that kind of is annoying is these back caps. You have to match them up, and if you don't, they don't go on right. So not that big a deal, but it is what it is. So there you go. I'm back at my computer, and I'm looking at these images, and I'm kind of surprised that, number one, I really can't tell the difference. And in between these, this is the Tokina right here, and it seems just as good as the Canon. All right. So this is the Canon. I haven't done anything in Lightroom, but let's look at the Tokina. The colors look different. Don't they? All right, just jumping in here real quick. I know I didn't do the greatest job of explaining what I was looking at, and that's because the images look exactly the same. They look, the quality is the same in my opinion. The only difference I saw was the white balance looked a little bit off in between them, and that could have just been I was using two different bodies. So it is what it is. I know the Canon's better. I know it's probably a lot better for video because it has better motors and it's quieter and focus is better and it's got image stabilization, and honestly I do love this lens, and I think that this is gonna hold its value for a long time. Whereas the Tokina, I don't know 10 years down the road if this is really gonna be worth much. I mean, I'll probably get $100 for it or something, or 50 bucks, who knows. But the thing about the Tokina, and it could be a negative or it could be a positive, is you can adapt it to our body, and you can use it on your older bodies too. So, and you know, it's $700, and you can pretty much buy that RP and Ronin for about what you're gonna spend just on this lens right here, and you could have little real estate set up to do video tours. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I think both lenses are really good. I'm gonna keep both of these. This is the Tokina is just gonna be my backup, and my Canon's gonna be my main lens. It's gonna be probably